Sandy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K rock and metal channel, and today we're checking out a band we have not checked out before. The band is called Swallow the Sun, and the track is called Firelights. Now, I don't know this band. Do Andy, Kirk, do you know them?
Andy will love this band. Am I right in thinking Gothic Death Doom is what they play?
No idea, Andy?
I've got an absolutely incredible album by this band called Songs of the North. It's a triple album, and it's each disc is sort of slightly different in style. And you're right, Kirk. Gothic Death Doom is a good description of certainly one of those parts of that album. One sort of more, more mellow. One's even heavier still. I can't really describe it, but it's a fantastic album. Very, very talented musicians. I mean, to come up with 2.5 hours worth of material or whatever it is and record it and produce it as an album is a very brave step. I'm not that familiar with anything else, to be honest. It was one of those albums that you saw being bandied about and it just looked and sounded epic. So I took a punt on it and I absolutely love it, but I've not explored any further than that. So I'll be interested to hear what this one's all about.
Okay, I guess we should go and check it out then. Let's do it.
I'm drowning in this black stream of sunken dreams. I'm under the water, I'm breathing in. I'm breathing.
Okay, there we go. Swallow the Sun and Firelights. I think Andy can go last, as it's a band you know a little bit more than the rest of us. I'll go first if that's okay. As it's definitely a genre that I don't ever listen to in any real detail. Video, like the video, even though I'm not a big fan of just performance-only videos. I thought they did it really well. I thought it added nice tension, a lot of atmosphere. Worked really well with the camera angles. So yeah, I actually really liked that particular performance-related video. Really liked the track. It got that. It had an almost Sleep Token-esque vibe at points to me throughout that first main 3 minutes worth of song. Then it went into kind of the black metal vocal thing, and I was like, please, I almost went for the pause button at that point because that really put me off. Not a fan of that. Windmilling real fast, like down the microphone. I'm not just completely. But I understand it is part of that scene, and I know people love that. It's just a personal thing. I just don't like that style of vocals. I was very glad then that about 30 seconds later he went back to clean vocals for the rest of the song. 6 minutes long. There was a good 3-minute song in there somewhere for me. Because there's a lot of repetition. There's a lot of rotation in there of it kind of going circle. But the rest of the song itself, very well, nicely structured. When the heavy guitars came in, they sounded great. Thought the solo was great on the song. I really enjoyed the solo. Not just a simple like Paradise Lost solo. Which could have easily been done. There was a little bit more technicality, a little bit of prog soloing style came into it at near the end of it, so I enjoyed that. And I like, as I said, I like the visuals. It was just that, I don't know what you call them. I call them the black metal-y type vocals, scratchiness. I'd rather they went guttural. The other thing I did want to mention is the two vocals. The keyboardist doing the vocals and the harmonization, thought was very good. Because I get annoyed when I watch music videos and you can hear harmonized vocals for long sections and you can only see the singer doing it. And I'm like, so how are they going to do this live? Either a backing track or something? But you could clearly see the keyboard player up against the mic, all that section. So I'm glad they're showing that and how they perform that live. So I enjoyed it. Kirk.
So you said it's not your type of genre. How is there even a genre for this music? That was so experimental. Do you know what the best part of that was? Just the sheer stubbornness of that song. It reminds me a bit of like when Radiohead famously wrote that song Paranoid Android. They got to #2 in the UK charts, and they've deliberately gone out of the way to make sure there's nothing that could make the radio or could be considered catchy or anthemic. That was intriguing. Do you know, parts of that reminded me of English prog rock supremo producer, writer Stephen Wilson, who we've You could hear Radiohead and Stephen Wilson in there. I was shocked by that eruption of violence. You know, where you had these really aggressive double kick drums.
Yeah.
But what was clever there is the guitars, again, it's like they're second guessing you. They went out of the way not to play anything sharp and syncopated. They were playing these atonal chords over it. So my first reaction would be to reach for the headphones and think, how did they even mix this? It just keeps you on edge, that song. The vocal harmonies were stunning, weren't they? Andy, do you remember an earache band called Misery Loves Call?
Oh, yeah, they were good.
Swedish, like, industrial type band. So they went in a bit.
I remember the name, but if they're on here, I can never listen to them. But yeah, I know the name.
Yeah, it reminded me of that, but also, you know, Catatonia, when they go in that dark, melancholy direction. This music really is... It is introspective, stripped down art, really, for metalheads, isn't it? You know, if it's not a palate cleanse because it's darker than most metal. Dave, I wouldn't call that black metal in the middle part. It was just extreme metal, wasn't it? You'd never have that type of.
I said black metal in the vocal bit, not.
It was very hostile.
It's the only way that I can describe that vocal singing style, because I kind of think of it like the Cradle of Filth, Danny, scratchy, annoying little imp that you want to smack on the head type vocal. That one.
I mean, I've not really heard much by them, so that really did shock me, that song, because it was so all over the place, wasn't it? Did they perhaps go out of the way just to remind you that their origins are in Death Doom? You know, with that virtuoso shredding solo, because you're in the zone where you think, you know, this is like Stephen Wilson or Radiohead, post rock, and then you get like the most over the top, extravagant, you angry Malmsteen type moments in there, don't you? That probably didn't fit, but I just love how they decided to put that in because they know it doesn't fit. Andy, this is from 2019. Is this the album that you have?
No, I've got one. Probably might have been the predecessor to this. I was going to say the majority of the song, the clean vocal parts, the majority of the first section, which you both enjoyed, was very reminiscent of part two of the Songs of the North that I mentioned earlier, which is called Beauty, that particular part. And then the sort of the more aggressive section sort of fits into one of the other sort of discs on that epic album. But the vocals that you mentioned, Dave, I've not heard before from Swallow the Sun. Whether it's the same guy or not, I don't know, but he did employ more of a sort of death metal guttural vocal on the album. I've not heard that sort of Danny Filth-esque screechy approach that this guy employed on this track. But sort of going back to the song, I really enjoyed the beautiful guitar intro. I thought that was really good. As you said, the look of the video, it was all performance, bar the superfluous scenes at the end, which seemed very strange to me. I loved the sort of the shadows, the darkness, and the almost anonymity of the performers, the hoods and everything. The string section that came in later on, I really enjoyed as well, but they needed to be utilised a lot more, I thought. They were a bit quiet in the mix, and didn't sort of feature as heavily as some of my favourite other bands, like My Dying Bride, how they utilise violins and cellos, that kind of thing. I enjoyed the solo as well. I thought it was just going to be sort of fairly simple and a good accompaniment to the song, similar to what Gregor McIntosh plays in Paradise Lost, but he did sort of go a little bit more technical, but it wasn't too much and too flamboyant, which sort of overtook the song. It accompanied that section of the song really well. One sort of negative for me, and one of the only, is those ringing chords on the early section of the song. Why are they swinging their arms so much? And that just looked very, very out of place and not very death or doom metal at all. So that was a bit of a strange visual to come across. But yeah, a band I need to explore further. Like I said, I just picked up that triple album that was sort of advertised a lot. Back in when I used to collect magazines, I used to feature the advert, beautiful image on the front of as well, and 3 discs worth of melancholy death doom. It's going to be very appealing to me, and I need to sort of look into Swallow the Sun more, because I think they've got an extensive career. They've been around for 20 years, I'd say. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Best one of the night so far.
I think they are. People now know them, I think, as like a dark, melancholic rock band, don't they? Like Catatonia, whose roots are in gothic and death doom. But yeah, that was. I definitely want to listen to that album, because you just never knew what to expect or where that song was going. But it had direction. Because I'll give you an example: the new album by Suffocation. Holy shit! 40 minutes of, you just can't tell anything apart. It's just overkill, metronomic death metal. That was the complete opposite, wasn't it? There's so much to pick apart. And Dave, I think you'd enjoy listening out for how they build the layers as well.
Yeah, if we just got rid of the Danny Phil vocal bits, I'd be quite happy to listen to a whole album of that band. It's just Danny Filth is always going to push me off. Just can't stand that vocal style. Anyway, that was Swallow the Sun and Firelights. Now, if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.